I'm sitting here because, as you all have seen in recent months, I'm having harder and harder time getting up and down and so forth. And I was at Jumpo's house, the abbot's house, last Saturday, and we talked about our various complaints. And in his warm, compassionate way, he looked at me and he said, "Sit in a chair." Okay, you're the boss. And then I think I broke my toe yesterday, so. So I'm going to read something that made the rounds earlier this week. And I'm not sure if she wrote this, but this arrived through the email chain from a woman named Shinge Roshi. She runs the Daibusatsu Monastery in New York, where Jumpo studied for many, many years and was vice abbot. And she sent this along for inspiration. And it's titled, "What is at the End of a Breath?" Coming empty-handed, going empty-handed, that is human. When you are born, where do you come from? When you die, where do you go? Life is like a floating cloud which appears. Death is like a floating cloud which disappears. The floating cloud itself originally does not exist. Life and death, coming and going, are also like that. But there is one thing which always remains clear. It is pure and clear, not depending on life and death. Then what is the one pure, clear thing? And what is at the end of a breath? Rather nice. Soham and I were at Jumpo's house yesterday, and he's dying. He may be dead by now. There were a lot of people there, and there was coming and going, and he looked bad. He was conscious part of the time, but I think by now he may be dead. So this is a hard morning for me. I didn't sleep very well last night, but I wanted to let you know. It means an awful lot to me. I've known him for a very long time, very dear friends. Some of you have never met him, but he's responsible for this. He created the Hollow Bones Sangha. He created this wonderful, wonderful practice that we have. And Soham has been involved since he was a teenager. And it was an interesting day because we were among the first people there, but then as you do during a death watch, you kind of visit, and then more people come and food comes in, and it softens up. We're laughing and talking and telling stories. And I don't know what else to say. He's one of my dearest friends, and I learned a ton from him, and he's a marvelous man who changed the world. And that's our job too. It's our job too, so that when you die, somebody sits in a chair like this and weeps for your great gifts and your great kindnesses. It's our job to change the world. It's our job to be loving and kind and forbearing. forbearing and patient. And so that's our job to change the world. It's our job to be loving and kind and forbearing and patient. And he certainly has done that. He's changed a lot of lives. Shunya's known Jumpo for 10 years, 11 years. I think, you think you've met him in a training, didn't you?
I met him online, or else that was when he was kind of getting his treatments and all that.
Yeah, ironically, we had a retirement event for him 2 weeks ago. He takes retirement very seriously. So this was sent by Shinke as a farewell to him, and there will be an event. There will be something in Appleton, and then there will be something at Daibosatsu later when the plague is lifted and people will be arriving. And so don't waste the day. This is it. That's all we got. Don't waste the day. What is the piece you like to lead with? Today is of supreme importance. Thigata. So I got nothing else. I just wanted to share my feelings and let you know what's going on for those of you who know him personally. And if you don't know him, acknowledge that he's the founder. He's the guy that made this happen. There are people all over the world. Well, that's an exaggeration, but there are people in different parts of Europe, all over the US and Canada, who are on the list of students who've all practiced together in different ways. Out in the plains in South Dakota, the Lakota Sioux Nation. He's really done an amazing thing with his life. So sit in a chair wasn't his last instruction to me. As we were leaving yesterday, I got down close to him, and he was reasonably conscious, morphined up, but we were holding hands and looking at each other. And I said, "What can I do?" He just looked at me and he said, "Have fun." So that's what I wanted to say this morning. Just like that. Anything? Anybody?
I remember when I got to do Mondo Zen with him at the retreat. I think it was 2019. It was absolutely life-changing. It was the most terrifying thing I've ever done, but it was absolutely exhilarating. And I wouldn't trade that for anything. So I didn't know it would be one of the last times I could ever do it. So I couldn't be more grateful that I was able to sit with him. Couldn't be more grateful.
Yeah, thank you, George. He could be a little intimidating. He taught me how to use the stick. You want to say anything, Soha? So now that we've got a room full of really thoughtful, sad, reflective people, let us not forget to be joyful today. Let us not forget to have fun, to be loving and kind. Wow, wide open. That's why we're here. So, thanks for listening.